Hey guys, it's been a while since I posted, and I want this video to be pretty honest about what I've been going through, and I'm gonna do my best to be honest through all my videos. I'm not saying that I necessarily wasn't honest in any of the videos that I posted before, but I've really never gone into detail about kind of what goes on when I say I'm in a funk, and I definitely went through like a 4-month one. I gained back just more than half of what I lost, which has been very frustrating and hard to accept. I knew it was happening. I couldn't stop it from happening. It didn't matter what anyone said to me. Nothing mattered. And what happens when I'm going through that is I start to get a lot of anxiety. I've dealt with, I guess you could say, different forms of anxiety for a while now. I talk about having stomach trouble with my IBS, clearly a form of anxiety. But I also worry. Things pop into my mind. I have reflux. If I get chest pain, oh no, it's this or that, and that kind of gets like amplified in that time frame. I refused to step on the scale in that window. I knew things were getting tighter and harder to fit, and hoodies that had become loose on me were getting tight, and nothing felt good. I didn't want to go anywhere because nothing fit. I didn't want to do anything. I really gave up on myself, and it just is never, to be in that kind of mind state's never a good thing, and it's been a vicious cycle over the years. And what I chose to do was to start going to therapists to try to work through some of the anxiety and what gets me into these funks. What's the heart of the reason why I give up on myself. A lot of the thing is I mean, if you were to talk to me, I wouldn't call myself a triathlete. I've done 2 triathlons. I wouldn't call myself a swimmer, and I'm in the pool 2 to 3 days a week. I wouldn't call myself a cyclist. I've been spinning for 2.5 months. I put quite a few miles on last year and plan to do it this year. So I really never give myself credit for what I'm doing, and I don't know if that's kind of a factor or not, but it's I'm really trying to figure out how to continue to move forward, not let myself fall into the funk. As soon as I realize I'm falling into one, stop it. I thought I was going to be able to do that after last year, because I went into a couple during the weight loss last year, and but I still went into this long 4-month one. There was a lot of stress. I basically self-diagnosed myself with a little bit of caregiver stress. Those that are close to us, you kind of knew what our living situation was for a while, so we kind of had that going on, which for the most part was good. And we also started to see some quick decline in our awesome chocolate lab Duke with his degenerative myelopathy, and we were dealing with daily issues with him most of the month of January, and then realized how bad he was come February, and had to say goodbye to him, which was hard. We were also dealing with John's surgery and his healing process, and he was out of work for some time with that, and so we definitely had a lot on our plate. But I knew that if I stuck to a routine, it would have been a lot easier to deal with, and I didn't do a very good job of that. So I guess this year my goal is to not let the stress bring me down. It seems to do it every year. It seems to win over everything, and I'm getting tired of it. I'm frustrated with it. I'm tired of my last, basically, I don't know, 19 years, 20 years of my life. Well, longer, honestly. I mean, weight's always kind of been an issue, but when I really started gaining it, it's probably been about 16 years, I guess you could say, where it's been this constant up and down, lose 20, gain 30, lose 15, gain 20, like, I'd always lose and gain more back. The main thing that I try to focus on in that 4-month period is I knew things were out of control. I knew I couldn't control it. It didn't matter what anyone said to me. There was nothing anyone could do to stop me. I oftentimes relate, these little cycles I go through with people who deal with addiction. Obviously, there's a different level there. But sometimes I feel like when I talk about food, I can talk about it that way because it doesn't take much to really throw me off track when I allow myself something that's not typically on my, when I'm doing well, something that I wouldn't typically eat. When I do eat it, it doesn't take much to really, really set me in the wrong direction. And so, I basically just in that 4-month period kept telling myself, what my doctor had told me a few years back is every day's a new day. Every day you can start over. And today I can try, and if I fail, I'm going to try again tomorrow, and one day I'm going to get out of it. And I'm going to hope that I didn't gain more weight back than I lost. And if I did that, I'd be in a pretty good spot. So I didn't gain more than I lost, and I guess in a way I broke my cycle by doing that, because the trend the last few years has been that I'd lose and gain more than I lost. And I definitely in some ways feel like I've come back stronger, a little more focused. It doesn't mean that I felt like the 4 months was worth it, that's for sure. I definitely would have liked to have not gone through that 4 months, not gone through that weight gain, and been training for the last 2.5 months at the weight I was in September, rather than the weight that I was in this coming February. So it's been frustrating. I learned today that there's others going through a lot of similar things, and in a way I feel better, and I realize, that I'm not alone, and dealing with kind of the anxiety and depression that goes with these ups and downs. And I just hope that my main goal this year is I've kind of put some things into place to hopefully keep me training through the winter and not go through this again. So really my goal this year is to go through a solid year of training without this interruption of this time frame where I'm just unfocused, don't care what I'm doing, eating whatever I want, not training, and hibernating. I like to call it hibernating because I don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything. I just want to get out of it. So focusing on the positive, where I am today. Last 2.5 months has been great. I've been spinning and swimming. Running's not been a great thing. A lot of that has to do with pain, trouble with my knees, my lower back, and my feet. So I know if I just keep training as much as I can with the bike and the swim, with the weight coming off, it will make things easier on my joints, and hopefully the little bit of running that I need to do for triathlons will become easier. I did set a huge goal of doing a half marathon in October. I somewhat regret that because I despise running. I hate running. But it's kind of one of those things you just have to do. I really want to focus on triathlon, and next year do an Olympic. I need to get off my medicine to train for an Olympic. I don't feel that it's possible for me to train for an Olympic while I still have to take my medicine. For example, on Saturday I took a spin class in the morning. The rest of the day was loaded with a headache. And I don't even take my medicine before that spin class, so that's from the day before. And that's a constant battle that I have to figure out with the medicine that I take. So this year is consistent training and getting off my meds, and doing a little bit better than I did in each race last year that I'm doing again this year, and getting through the races within the time frame that I haven't done before. So I will be posting more videos talking a little bit more about the training that I've been doing. I definitely think I am going to plug triathlons a bit. I do think this has been the best thing for me. There's something about multi-sport training. There's something about the people that multi-sport train. And it's something I never thought I could do. And if I did it, anybody can do it. And if you've ever thought about or thought, hey, that'd be kind of cool to do, I really suggest that you do it. I definitely think it kind of puts things into perspective, and there's a point in the race where you realize that you're only doing this for yourself, no other reason. It's not like playing a team sport. Being an individual, having always played team sports and doing into something that's individual has really been pretty cool, and has really taught me to focus on personal improvement, and I like it. So I really encourage anyone who's considered it to try it. I think you'll love it. So till my next video, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.